I call to order the closed session meeting of the Mayor and City Council here at 3:30 p.m. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for being here, and thank you to everybody viewing remotely. At this time, I'll ask the City Clerk to please take the roll.
Councilmember Sanchez?
Here.
Councilmember Ibarra has not arrived yet. Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Councilmember Charette?
Here.
Councilmember Canas has not yet arrived. Councilmember Flores?
Present.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Here.
And Mayor Tran will not be in attendance today.
Okay, thank you. We'll be moving on to public comments for closed session. Madam City Clerk, do we have any public comments for closed session?
We have no request to speak for closed session.
Okay, perfect. So then we will go ahead and convene into closed session here at 3:31 p.m. and we'll be back shortly. Thank you. Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome and thank you for being here. And thank you to those who are viewing remotely as well. I call to order this joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council, and Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the redevelopment agency of the City of San Bernardino, the San Bernardino City Housing Authority, and the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority here at 5:08 p.m. This time we'll do the roll call. Madam City Clerk, if you please take the roll, or actually, do you have an announcement to make at this time, or?
Currently, we're experiencing technical difficulties with the video stream to YouTube, so alternate viewing options are provided on page 9 of the agenda, where you can view it through IEMG. And I'll go ahead and take the roll. Councilmember Sanchez?
Here.
Councilmember Ibarra?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Councilmember Charette? Here. Councilmember Canas?
Here.
Councilmember Flores?
Flores present.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Here.
And Mayor Tran will not be in attendance today.
Okay, thank you. Just a few comments here. Before we conduct city business, as a friendly reminder, as the elected leaders of the city, we will endeavor to be respectful to each other, our public, and especially our staff. Our behavior this evening sets the tone for how our residents, business community, and others view our city. We must conduct city business with professionalism and respectful behavior to build trust, credibility, and move our city forward. I respectfully ask my colleagues that we refrain from making statements related to political campaigns or engaging in personal or political attacks during the course of this meeting. This is a space dedicated to the work of the people, and we must remain focused on serving our community with integrity and unity. Please observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn or make comments from your seats. If members of the public wish to address the Mayor and City Council, you must submit a speaker slip. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given and/or you will be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.9 and Penal Code 403. We shall commit to these values and foster a positive and productive working environment that is conducive to achieving our goals effectively and efficiently. At this time, we'll proceed to invocation and pledge. I do have here Reverend Reginald D. Young from San Bernardino Pastors United, who will lead tonight's invocation. If you please, you're already at the podium. And then from Lincoln Elementary School, we will have somebody that will lead us for the Pledge of Allegiance as well. If we may, please stand.
Good evening, everyone. We thank and praise God for being here on tonight. And as we gather, we trust in God's Spirit to be with us. And we thank and praise God again as we move forward. As we continue to give honor to God, we recognize our Mayor Pro Tem and all the City Council members. We bless God for you. We thank and praise God for every city official. The pastors, we've been praying for the city over the last 6 months. There's heightened things in our city. And with that being said, I'd like for us, if at all possible, to have my colleagues come and join me, other pastors, Pastor Shanae, to come up at this time. And we want to have only 7 seconds of corporate of silence in the chambers so that we can recognize several things and think about it. 4 dead at our house of worship. Our schools are under attack. Our government is shut down. Immigrants are under attack in our nation. let us have 7 seconds of silence, please. Thank you. Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight to pray a special prayer over the Mayor Pro Tem, the Mayor Helen Trent in her absence, their families, the City Council, all their families. We're praying for all the people of San Bernardino. Father, we ask you to continue to teach us to respect one another and give courtesy. God, we need your sovereignty. We need your wisdom on tonight. Gracious Heavenly Father, please crown our government with more wisdom, more insight to handle trusted affairs. Just like Nehemiah of old, prepare them, make them ready to rebuild torn walls, streets, prepare for affordable housing, help those that are poor, and our youth who are wayward. We are praying tonight, Father, for over every city worker, every staff member, every resident under the sound of my voice. Teach them to love and forgive one another. Help us to serve each other. Now, God, we are honored with you that you are with us on tonight. We promise to listen to your gentle voice. Keep us focused, Lord. Allow us to agree, to disagree, but still remain united in our purpose to restore and help your people. It's not our will be done, Lord, but it's your will be done. Father, on tonight, we invoke your presence into this meeting. We pray, Lord, you superintend this meeting. Be with every speaker, every presenter, every resident on tonight. Oversee this agenda, Lord. Watch over the chamber's business. Get behind the scenes. Work out the details. And Lord, we thank you for leading us into all truths. Lord, as we conclude, we're reminded we can do nothing without you. And we can do all things with you. And we will be so careful to give you all the glory, the honor, and praise. In Jesus' name we pray, and all the people that agreed, they said, amen and amen again.
Okay, thank you, Reverend. Do we have the representative from Lincoln Elementary? If not, I will ask Councilmember Charette, if you'd lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
Did you say Charette?
Charette,
Thank
sorry.
you.
Yes, sir.
Please join me in the pledge to the United States of America. Ready to begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilmember. At this time, I'd like to ask the city attorney if there's anything to report from closed session.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, members of the council, and members of our public. We did have several closed session items on the agenda earlier this evening, but we do not have any reportable action.
Thank you for that. We'll proceed to move on to presentations, which is a proclamation for California National Arts and Humanities Month in the city of San Bernardino, October 2025, presented to San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra Operations and Patron Services Manager Marisol Sandoval. I'm not sure if you're present here, but we'd welcome you up to the stage up here and join us, join the council members. I also see, are you okay? Former council member Damon Alexander and company. And then I invite all council members up to the stage as well. Okay, thank you so much. All right. So whereas the nation's 110,000 nonprofit arts organizations, the National Endowment for the Arts, the National Endowment for the Humanities, the nation's 4,500 plus local arts agencies, and the Arts and Humanities Councils of the 50 states and the 6 U.S. jurisdictions recognize October as National Arts and Humanities Month. And whereas the arts and humanities enhance and enrich the lives of every American, and whereas the arts and culture industry strengthen the U.S. economy by generating $151.7 billion in total economic activity annually, $29 billion in government revenue, and by supporting the full-time equivalent of 5 million jobs, and whereas since 1929, the city of San Bernardino has been proud to be the home of the region's largest and longest running professional symphony orchestra, the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra, and whereas the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra serves the city of San Bernardino with an annual season of engaging and relevant concerts, operates a youth symphony orchestra, provides music education and school concerts, and operates the James K. Guthrie Music Rental Library. We present you here with a certificate, a proclamation rather, to you. And so we thank you greatly for being here and joining us. And we'll go ahead and present this to you. If you'd like to make any comments, I'll take this other page. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a little bit more on this side I didn't see. I wasn't told. I needed to turn the page, my apologies. Whereas the arts and humanities drive tourism and commerce in San Bernardino, enhancing cultural literacy and pride of place, now, therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and city council of San Bernardino do hereby proclaim the month of October as National Arts and Humanities Month and recognize the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra as its partner in making the arts accessible for all citizens. The city calls upon all citizens to celebrate and promote the arts and culture in our city and to specifically encourage the greater participation in the arts. Presented this first day of October 2025. That made a lot more sense than not turning the page over, so my apologies to you. I will now present the proclamation over to you as well if you'd like to make some comments also.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sonietta Brown, and I am the president-elect of the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra. Thank you so much for this award. Thank you for acknowledging us being here in the city. We would like to invite you to our next concert. It is December 13th, 2025. It's the last one for this year. It's 3:00 p.m. at the California Theater. I hope to see you all there. Bring your families, bring your neighbors. We'd like to see you. Damon, would you like to make any comments?
One quick second. Right. You got 3 minutes? Well, now that you gave it back to me, you ain't getting it back. Again, this is one of our employees, Marisol Sandoval, which is a part of the Symphony Orchestra. Our executive director is Dr. Ann Vericel. Our maestro is Anthony Parthener. And I've said it from the dais many of times while I was up here. Anthony Parthener is by far the best maestro west of the Mississippi. West of the Mississippi. He's been on the Oscars, he did Oppenheimer, he did Black Panther 2, he did all of that, and that's all us. That's all us. Oh, I'm the first vice president, that's why I'm up here. He is amazing. Your San Bernardino Symphony is amazing. And our 100th year is coming up in 3 years. Our 100th year is coming up in 3 years. So we're preparing for that now for the city. We're gonna lay out the red carpet, and the arts is just not just the symphony. It is also picture art, frame art, it's musical art, it's all of that in San Bernardino. Just like we did 4th Street, and 4th Street was an amazing piece of work for us. That's all the arts. We're not just up here for the symphony. We're up here for all forms of art. So once again, thank you so much for doing this, Mayor Pro Tem. We appreciate it for the council coming up here. We thank you much, and I'll give you back the mic unless Marcel has something to say.
Sure, I'll add one more thing. I just wanted to add that if anybody hasn't attended the symphony before, and if you don't have a San Bernardino library card for the public library, we do have a partnership with the library where upon signing up for a library card, you receive a ticket for our 2025 season. So if you'd like to come see the December concert, please check that out.
Thank you so much. We'll take a quick little picture and then
As the mayor's representative of the Arts and Historical Preservation Commission, I want to thank you all for recognizing the arts and humanities. Very important. But I'd also like to ask the community to make sure that this isn't just 1 month out of the year. We need to look at the arts and history every single day of our lives. It's very important. The arts themselves bring a sense of pride to our community. History brings a sense of loyalty. Denunciation ends up bringing bad things to our community. But if we have arts mixed with history, it can create hope. I love San Bernardino.
thank you, Robert. Bought me some time to get back to my seat. I appreciate it. And you're very much loved as well, Robert. It's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. At this time, we will proceed to the manager's update report. Mr. City Manager, please proceed with your report.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and City Council members. I'm going to give a brief report. First, SAC Health's 115 million Briar campus opens. SAC Health cut the ribbon on their Briar campus September 18th. This 240,000 square foot health facility will employ 700 health professionals and serve approximately 60,000 patients a year. The campus will also be the new home of the Loma Linda School of Dentistry. EV Reality, EV Truck Charging Center just broke ground. EV Reality has started construction on a new EV truck charging facility on Mill Street with 76 charging stations. This will be one of the largest charging centers in the Inland Empire. Grand openings and ribbon cuttings. San Bernardino gets its first Jersey Mike's. Jersey Mike's Subs opens its first San Bernardino store with a location on Harriman Place. Operator Jorge Gonzalez came to the U.S. at the age of 5 and skipped college to work as a delivery driver to earn money for his family. He now owns 90 Jersey Mike's and is their largest franchisee. And he's bringing one here to San Bernardino. National Veterans Chamber of Commerce on September 23rd. The National Veterans Chamber of Commerce opened a branch in San Bernardino, housed in the Arrowhead United Way building at 646 North D Street. The Veterans Chamber will serve as a one-stop shop to serve the estimated 220,000 veterans living here in the Inland Empire. Tourism delegation from Mexico is visiting San Bernardino. The Economic Development Department, in partnership with Discover IE, hosted members of the Mexican tourism media to learn about local tourism opportunities in the upcoming 100th anniversary of Route 66. Among the notable points of interest were the original McDonald's site, the Wigwam Motel, and San Bernardino County Museum. Feldheim just celebrated its 40th anniversary. It was a great event. I hope each of you were able to attend, at least briefly. The best of Feldheim was on the display on Monday as attendees celebrated the 40th anniversary of the Central Library. One of the highlights was Sparky, an animatronic robot from Garner Holt Productions, who will be a part of the library's new Animaker space, which will open hopefully in early 2026. Public access, I want to make you aware, as well as the public access to the customer service counters at 201 North East Street will be closed on Friday, October 3rd to complete office improvements in those areas. This will affect customers seeking assistance from the Parks and Rec, business registration, and city clerk's offices. All other offices and front counters will be open. Just those will be the ones that will be closed. Representatives from each will be available to assist residents via phone at 909-998-2000. Rendezvous back to Route 66 returns to downtown on October 11th. Classic cars, food, music, and more will take over much of downtown San Bernardino at the 12th annual Rendezvous back to Route 66 on Saturday, October 11th. The event, organized by the San Bernardino Area Chamber of Commerce, is free to attend and will run from 9 to 9. Cops and Community at Coptoberfest, October 9th. The San Bernardino Police Department will be hosting their annual Coptoberfest on Thursday, October 9th from 4 to 7:30 at the headquarters at 710 North D Street. There will be games, a petting zoo, demonstrations, music, dancing, food, and much more to bring to San Bernardino PD, together with the community, especially the kids. On October 14th, we're set for the State of the City. We encourage people to register today for the State of the City, presented by Truck Terminal Properties and Arrowhead Regional Medical Center, Cal University of Science and Medicine, to be held on October 14th at the historic California Theater. A community reception will start at 4:30 for all attendees, with the program following at 5:30. The event is free to attend, but we are encouraging people to register in advance to be able to attend the event. Also at 4 o'clock will be public speaking. And with that, that is the completion of my report.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Appreciate all the great work that's happening in the city. Well, at this point, we will be moving on to public comments. The public comments will be heard for items on the open session and items not on the agenda. To address the City Council, everyone must complete a speaker card and provide it to the City Clerk. Only those speakers' cards turned into the City Clerk will be allowed to address the City Council. No late cards will be accepted. Each person should state their name for the record before beginning their comments. As your name is called, please line up in the order announced. We have 2 podiums available for your convenience. Please proceed to either one as soon as your name is called. Please note, your name will only be called once. If you do not respond when called, you may forfeit your opportunity to speak. If you require Spanish interpretation, we do have an interpreter on site. Please raise your hand at this time to indicate you will need interpreting assistance. In addition, we have interpreting listening devices available in the back. We ask that you please observe proper decorum and do not speak out of turn or make comments from your seat. If you wish to address the mayor and city council, please be sure to submit a speaker slip. If you speak out of turn or disrupt the meeting, a warning may be given and/or you will be asked to leave the meeting pursuant to Government Code Section 45957-.9 and Penal Code 403.
En este momento se escucharán los comentarios públicos para artículos de la agenda y artículos que no están en la agenda. Para dirigirse al Consejo Municipal, cada individuo debe completar una tarjeta de orador. Se debe completar la tarjeta de orador y entregarla a la secretaria municipal en este momento. Solo aquellas tarjetas de orador entregadas a la secretaria municipal podrán dirigirse al Consejo Municipal. No se aceptarán tarjetas tardías. Cada persona debe indicar su nombre para registro antes de comenzar sus comentarios. Al ser llamado, por favor, forme una fila en el orden anunciado. Disponemos de 2 podios para su comodidad. Diríjase a cualquiera de ellos tan pronto como se le llame su nombre. Si necesita interpretación en español, tenemos un intérprete presente. Por favor, levante la mano en este momento para indicar que requiere servicios. También tenemos aparatos disponibles para escuchar la Junta en español. Le pedimos que por favor observe el debido decoro y no hable fuera de turno ni realice comentarios desde su asiento. Si desea dirigirse al alcalde y al Consejo Municipal, asegúrese de presentar una hoja de orador. Si habla fuera de turno o interrumpe la reunión, podrá recibir una advertencia y o se le pedirá que abandone la sesión conforme a la sección 549-550 SBCC100125 del Código Gubernamental y la sección 403 del Código Penal.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, how many speakers do we have tonight?
We have 25 speakers.
If you may please begin to call them up to the podium. If you hear your name, please start heading your way down to the podium. And there's two on each side there as well.
Al Palazzo, Mike Hartley, Kim Calvin, Eric Marquez, Georgia L., Sharon Negretti, Dolores Armstead, Ronika Galande, John Schollenberger, Gregory Taylor, Ron Alvarado.
Thank you. Mr. Palazzo, please.
Mayor Pro Tem, council members, city manager, I feel I have let you down by failing to interest you in wanting to hear the ideas for rebuilding San Bernardino because I have not been interviewed for the position that I applied for, the Director of Economic Development. This is the third time in 2 years that I have not been interviewed for a position that I've applied for. I will continue to be at this microphone to share ideas that I have developed over 50 years. To empower and motivate and inspire the residents of San Bernardino to improve their lives and transform San Bernardino. I do not have many years left. Mayor, council members, and city manager, we all want what is best for San Bernardino. I have said that I have a dream to make San Bernardino a more prosperous, safe, and beautiful city. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker. Hi, welcome.
Good evening, Council, Mayor Pro Tem, and neighbors. My name is Ron, and I am from the 1st Ward. I am also honored to serve as the chair of the Parks, Recreation, Community Services Commission. And I want to highlight some wonderful events coming up through our Parks and Recreation Department. There will be a senior health and resource fair this Friday, October 3rd, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the 5th Street Senior Center. Among the various community resources offered, there will be flu shots and wellness checks. Make a splash this spooky season at the Jerry Lewis Family Swim Center at the Pumpkin Splash, Saturday, October 18th from 2 to 5 p.m. Enjoy games, relay races, and more. I also want to echo Robert from the Art Commission's call for more engagement and suggest the arts commissions and other commissions follow our lead and make their meetings more accessible to the public. We were able to move our meetings over to 6 o'clock and are looking forward to increased engagement. Finally, I want to encourage our neighbors to provide their input for the Baseline Street Traffic Safety Study. The 5-mile corridor stretches from our city's westernmost at Meridian Avenue to Tippecanoe on the east. Right now, they are seeking input to identify where Baseline feels unsafe and needs improvement. As someone running to represent the 1st Ward, improving infrastructure is a top priority. Infrastructure is about more than concrete and asphalt. It's about safety and quality of life. Projects like this are how we create safer streets for children, protect our elders, support local businesses, and make San Bernardino a place where families want to stay and grow. I encourage everyone to visit the city's website, look under civic alerts, and take their survey. Your voice matters. Thank you.
Thank you. If we may have the next speaker, please.
Good evening, Council. My name is Georgia. In September, I counted 489 dead animals. 274 were killed by staff, 147 arrived dead, 68 died in custody, and not included in that number was 12 that went missing. The dogs labeled killed for time and space are the poor souls that survived not only starvation, disease, but attacks during their detainment, and yet still killed. In August, the number was even higher. To date, we have 3,563 animals that are dead. 1,938 of those animals were euthanized. 1,281 of those animals were brought in dead. They're not counted. They do count. And then 344 died in custody. 55 of those animals, not included in that figure, went missing. This tells me we have not made any meaningful change. The devastation continues. At the same time, I see promotions regarding these kennels. They're empty. They're not in use yet. It's deceiving. When will we have real kennel expansion, not just pictures? A major issue is that dogs are leaving the shelter injured and with untreated disease and parasites after rescue commitment has been made. One animal that was pulled by a rescue was attacked by its kennel mates just before rescue. This puts an undue burden on the rescues that are already overwhelmed. How can we do better? This is why they do not want to pull animals from our facility. They're diseased, they're injured, and they're behavioral because of the conditions. This mismanagement puts a preventable burden on rescues, and why many hesitate, I already said that. Add to the fact that adopters are not being screened and animals leave sick, leading to high returns. These are the numbers of animals that they're saying, Animal Services saying is owner surrenders they take in. These aren't owner surrenders that have lost their housing. These are dogs and cats that are being returned due to whatever reason. Mom and dad said, I can't keep the animal. There's no vetting at all. One time I was there and I witnessed someone dragging a puppy by a leash as it was screaming, and no one stopped. The Lang representative at that time went outside and told that person to please pick up the puppy because it had not been trained on a leash. That's wrong. With what looks like over $13 million in taxpayer money being spent, I only see thousands of animals dead in return. We demand accountability and not just excuses. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Hi, welcome.
Dolores Armstead. I'm going to go over several things that I've stated before. First, I'd like to say I'm so glad we've got the Mount Vernon Bridge. Now can we get lights on the other major bridges, especially the ones affecting the 6th Ward? We've been neglecting it for too long. Why can't we have lights on Highland and Baseline? Why? That's your call. We deserve to see, just like everybody else. Second one is the Ortiz litigation. There would be no issue if the council would only acknowledge the truth about your legal search. You refuse. You want to blame her, but you're the blame. There would be no legal action if you would just stand up, find your balls, and acknowledge the truth. You are an embarrassment to the city. Still, Ward 5, council member, you were very unprofessional at the previous council meeting regarding the item on Oxbow. In fact, you embarrassed yourself and your ward. The item was brought up by Dr. Ortiz for a future meeting. You didn't bring it up, she brought it up. Why didn't you talk to her first? Because you weren't doing anything. Ask the city manager why he did not inform Dr. Ortiz that he was going to do something in October. He should have told you, and he should have told her, and this would have never happened, and you would not have embarrassed yourself. Instead, you should be ashamed. You performed very bad. Instead of collaborating to clean up this death pile, you are one of the council members fighting Dr. Ortiz. You know about Oxbow, you know when you ran for the position. You live there and you do nothing. We are hoping after that performance, you might actually get something done because you have no excuse. City Hall, what's the status? We want our City Hall. We are wasting funds having city offices scattered around the city. How can you be proud to be the seat of the county with no City Hall? That's embarrassing. We are the seat of the county. Look at the cities around us. They are all progressing. We are the seat of the county. You have no city hall, no restaurants, no shops, and we look like a dump. Have you no shame? We keep making the worst city list. We don't even have a restaurant for the people downtown. People, you voted for us. The saga of San Bernardino continues. We deserve better. We need change. People out there, be careful who you vote for, because this is what you got. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker, please.
John Schellenberger, 7th Ward, City of San Bernardino. At the September 3rd, 2025 City Council meeting, 5th Ward Planning Commissioner Renika Galande came up to the podium and said that she had attended a meeting in Long Beach with the National Healthcare and Housing Advisors. They're the entities that are doing the recuperative care facility at the Motel 6 in the 6th Ward on University. She said during that meeting, she asked them, who was it that brought you here to San Bernardino? What brought you here? And she said, and I quote, and you can go back and look at it, it was your mayor, Helen Tran, and another council person that drove us around the city to look at dilapidated hotels with ceilings that were crumbling down, and this is the best one that we could find. Okay, at the September 17th meeting, I addressed that comment briefly and was challenged. So on September 19th, I contacted Elizabeth Saldana with National Healthcare and Housing Advisors, who was at the July 8, 2025 Planning Commission meeting. I watched it again. I saw the question and answer. 6 out of the 7 voted to give them their limited use permit for this project. Okay, I communicated to her about the comments that were made by this commissioner. And she said, that is absolutely incorrect. She said, in fact, when she came to visit us and see what we do, we were pleasantly surprised because she was very impressed with what we were doing. And in fact, she said she was a little emotional at one point, saying that there were people, loved ones in her lifetime that could have used a facility of this nature. They were shocked because she voted against it. Okay, so she also offered to volunteer for them in any way that she could. Okay, there's a serious lack of credibility. And there is no reason, and to me, it was politically motivated when she came up here to deliver that message on the 3rd of September. No commissioner has any right to go around this city and do politically motivated smears on behalf of other people, past or present. Now, Kim, Councilperson Canas, you're faced with 2 choices as far as I'm concerned, okay? 1, you can ask her to step down. 2, you can remove her. Or 3, you can allow her to remain in this position, which would tell me that you agree with what she did, because it's obvious. Now, I also understand that the National Healthcare and Housing Advisors filed a complaint regarding that comment with Mayor Tran. I will be pulling that out of public record. But there is no reason for any of our commissioners who are sworn to take it when they take an oath to be up here engaging in that activity, misleading the public with that type of information.
And I would like to just make a quick comment, because those are pretty salacious allegations. There was absolutely no false statements made. The information that was provided by the commissioner was all backed by public planning commission meetings that are available to every individual within the city and beyond. Thank you.
Next speaker, Mr. Marquez.
Hello, my name's Eric Marquez, and I would like to speak on bankruptcy. Bankruptcy can mean several things, but our cities was meant to mean a temporary change for financial recovery. Look at us now. Our city has lost its property tax and fire department, both privileges many cities enjoy. But on top of losing these privileges, homeowners and businesses pay a parcel tax on top of that, costing our city even more than it did before. A city with home ownership well below the American average. I call for a revisit to our bankruptcy because, thanks to broken promises, property tax and fire department, Oh. So property tax in our fire department are costing us more than they have ever. And now that I have time, I guess I could talk about other things. I was told to be unprofessional today because someone liked it, but also I wanted to be professional because I kind of want to improve myself, but also I'm not sure which one I want to believe in, so I'm just thinking aloud. So I know most people's thoughts are similar, mostly because it's somewhere in between. They enjoy what I say, they don't enjoy what I say, they think it's unprofessional, they think it's inappropriate, I think Fred's too old, you know, things like that. So I'm not sure how I feel about myself in regards to this. But also, I think it should be made clear my points are somewhat valid sometimes. Sometimes they're incredibly arbitrary, like when I talk about making hot chocolate with my espresso machine. It's very good. But also, bankruptcy is an issue, and we have lost our property tax and fire department costing us more. So I'm honestly not sure how to feel right now in regards to my public comments or whatever I say or how I present myself to people. Also, someone liked me drinking a whole bottle of water that one time. And I was very happy with my statement when I said in Spanish. I liked calling Fred a white dog twice. And I made sure I emailed that to the city council office. And I was told it was forwarded to all of your emails. So I hope you read that if you didn't understand it, Fred. And I guess that's it. Bye.
Okay, thank you. Next speaker.
I'd like to, if I can have a second.
10 seconds.
The public speaker that just spoke has the right to say everything he said, but I think he's doing it out of amusement, and it's disrespectful. It comes from a place of ignorance. Fred Charette served our country in the Vietnam War, literally taking bullets in the Vietnamese jungle, and was awarded 2 Bronze Stars for bravery. So again, Eric, I think your words and the speech you gave comes from a place of ignorance. So I thought I'd let you know that about my colleague, Councilmember Fred Charette.
Thank you, Councilmember. Mr. Greta, welcome. Hi, good evening.
Hi, I'm Sharon Negretti. Lately, I have decided to take a different road, and I have started to work with the shelter, and Jasmine, thankfully she's listening, in order to improve the situation there. Recently I gathered I put out a post for volunteers and got about 55 people reply. And I approached her I told her I wasn't willing to give them all over to her unless we were going to use them the right way and they weren't going to get lost in all the paperwork and shuffle. She obliged, and this Saturday they're having an orientation for all of these new volunteers, which I really appreciate. So we are trying to do our best to help in any way we can, a few of us. Okay, you guys, a few years ago, however much time it was, you guys decided to take on these other cities. This merger was not a good idea. The animals are dying. Twice as many animals are dying now. It's just absolutely out of control, and it cannot continue like that. The shelter needs so much help right now, and a hiring freeze on employees for the shelters, that cost animals lives. It shouldn't even happen because it's not the same as any other department. I grant you it may not be at the top of your list of priorities, but the city's watching, and we have to do something about that. You took on that responsibility, so please help us out a little bit, okay? There's so many things that need to be fixed at that shelter. We need a surgery center. This is probably one of the reasons why we have not had a veterinarian that wants to come there. they have to work out of a mobile vet unit. That's not appealing, besides being in San Bernardino, that's not appealing to any veterinarian, okay? We need to turn that old cat room into a surgery center, and we are willing to raise funds, but we would like to have permission to do this project. It's so important. We have to get a permanent veterinarian. So we really need to accommodate them. Please, please. We need to get these animals out for exercise. That's not being done now. There's really no place to do that. So we need to come up with an idea to get these animals out, because the longer they're in those kennels, they get kennel stress and they start fighting with each other, and it turns into chaos. Okay, anyway, thanks.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Hi, welcome, good evening.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council members, and members of the public. My name is Jose Mendoza, and I'm the Senior Vice Commander for the Department of California Disabled American Veterans. I also proudly serve as your local representative for DAV Chapter 12 here in San Bernardino. DAV Chapter 12 has been serving the San Bernardino community for 100 years, established in January 12, 1925. A century later, we are still here standing strong and continuing to serve our veterans and their families. I'd like to take a moment to share some of our upcoming programs and events. On October 9th, we will be taking 20 veterans for a 5-day retreat to Convict Lake for camaraderie, fishing, and healing. On November 8th, we are partnering with the City of San Bernardino Parks and Recreation, Arrowhead United Way, and the San Bernardino Military Museum to bring back our Veterans Day community event. This will be a family-friendly event filled with resources and veteran service organizations, including the American Legion, VFW, and DAV. On November 11th, DAV is proud to partner again with Golden Corral to provide free meals for our veterans on Veterans Day from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. On November 21st, we will host our 5th annual turkey giveaway in partnership with Feeding America, Home Depot, and the San Bernardino Vet Center to provide food and resources for our veteran community. We are excited about our veteran work study program. We are now hiring veterans who are currently attending college. Veterans interested in work experience while in school are encouraged to reach out. To fund these projects, we rely on fundraisers and generous community support. On October 30th, Big Al's Bowling Alley has kindly donated their lanes from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. All proceeds for this event will go directly to supporting DAV programs and our veterans. In closing, I am grateful to be part of the positive growth happening in the city of San Bernardino. Recently, I had the honor of touring the Stater Brothers distribution facility alongside the mayor, city council member Mario Flores, and city manager Eric Levet. It was inspiring to see the jobs being created and how Stater Brothers Charities continues to reinvest in our community to ensure nonprofits like ours can thrive. DAV is a pillar of this community for 100 years, and with your support, we look forward to serving the next 100 years. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the work you do. If you could please do us a favor and share some of that, those dates, that information with the city council, the council office as well, and we can share it amongst the other council members as well. Thank you. Thank you. Madam City Clerk, I don't see any other speakers, so if, is that concluded, or is there another round of?
List. Yeah, the list, I still have more on the list.
Okay, if you may please read the next block of speakers.
Okay. Daniela Ramos, Melissa Melinder, Hector Loera, Lydia Savala, Jack Watterson, Caesar Roldan, Robert Porter, Todd Warden, Jerry Owens, Stephanie Limfesti, Terry Boykins, Hector Ruiz Romo, and that concludes the list.
Okay, thank you. Please, I invite the next speaker up to the podium. Hi, welcome.
Good evening, council members. I'm Melissa Mylander, and first I want to thank each of you for your time, effort, and sacrifice that you give to serve our city. Leadership is never easy, and it often comes with more criticism than encouragement, and I want to be here tonight to speak life and not negativity. The first priority at the start of this year was guiding the transition to a new permanent city manager. I know that was no small task, and while it may have delayed some ward-specific projects for each of you, it laid the foundation for long-term stability across the entire city, so I want to say thank you. Councilmember Canas, you've hit the ground running by hosting community vision meetings and encouraging residents to visit your website and share their ideas for what they want to see in the ward. That kind of openness and accessibility is exactly what our city needs. The contrast is clear. For 4 years under the previous council member, not a single community meeting was hosted, and today we see leadership that invites participation and welcomes community voices. And I want to say, anytime I have a question about Oxbow or the ward or whatever, you answer it. You let us know. So all we got to do is ask you, and you're transparent. I appreciate that. I also want to applaud you for addressing the homeless issue last council meeting. The nonprofits operating in our city must be held accountable for actually improving the homeless situation, and the services they provide should be prioritized according to our city's specific homelessness challenges. Their funding is a direct result of the crisis state our city is in regarding the unhoused residents, and it's crucial that these resources are used effectively to bring real progress. And I want to broaden this encouragement to all of you. Our city and our nation was founded on the belief that there's a God, one God, who guides us, protects us, and blesses us when we seek him first. True unity doesn't mean we all think alike, but that we choose to respect one another, listen with humility, and move forward with shared desire to see San Bernardino flourish. Christ gave us the ultimate example of leadership, one rooted in love, service, and sacrifice. So tonight I ask all of us, leaders, staff, and community, to remember we're stronger together than divided. Let's lead with grace, let's seek wisdom from above, and let's give our city a reason to hope again. And I also wanted to share that on October 18th, we are having what will be the largest cleanup in the city's history. It will be a rally at downtown Court Street Square that will start at 8 a.m., and we already have 7 site locations throughout the entire city scheduled and over 300 volunteers set up. This is what leadership looks like, serving with a smile to those who need to be served. Jesus came not to be served, but to serve. So let's lead like him. I invite all of you and the mayor to come roll up your sleeves, put your tennis shoes on, help us pick up trash, and lead by making a difference. And since I have 18 seconds, I want to say that we pray before council meetings, but are you guys praying before you meet behind closed sessions? Because prayer is powerful. So if not, I encourage you, introduce prayer into everything that you do, and let's let God work on our behalf. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. Good evening.
Good evening. My name is Jack Watterson. I'm an honorable Air Force veteran and a proud American who strongly believes in our American freedoms and rights. We have a very serious problem in San Bernardino, and I'm not talking about the gang members and the drug dealers. There's plenty of that. I'm talking about the San Bernardino Police Department. This last Friday, September 26, my constitutional rights were egregiously violated at a DUI checkpoint on Waterman Avenue at the DMV, not because I had anything to drink, not because I was driving under the influence. Why? Because I knew my rights. In a DUI checkpoint, drivers are not required to roll their window all the way down, just enough to communicate. Drivers are not required to submit to a field sobriety test, you know, when they want you to do tricks like stand on one leg or walk along a line. Drivers are not required to answer questions or consent to searches and seizures of their vehicles or property without probable cause, and that includes police officers reaching into your vehicle. On Friday night, police officers demanded that I rolled my window all the way down, demanded I submit to a field sobriety test without probable cause. I did not consent to these unlawful demands. However, they did not like my objections, so they proceeded to threaten to pull me out of the car, arrest me, and take me to jail if I did not comply. Under threat of arrest, I complied with their unlawful orders under objection. An officer then reached into my vehicle and proceeded to wave his finger around my face, telling me to follow his finger with my eyes, and then made up lies about my eyes, saying they looked droopy and twitchy, and then ordered me out of the vehicle. Up to this point, I had recorded this entire interaction with this very cell phone here, and my intent was to continue recording. And the footage can be seen on my YouTube channel called Travel Jack. I have business cards if anyone wants to see the video. As I exited the vehicle, they seized my cell phone, stopped it from recording, and placed me in handcuffs. They also seized and entered into my vehicle and drove it away. They led me to a chair where 3 officers surrounded me and proceeded to intimidate and argue with me, and even stated that if I continued to argue about my rights, that I would be taken to jail. In the end, they didn't even do a breathalyzer. Why? Because they knew the entire time I wasn't intoxicated. That's not what this was about. I didn't want to surrender my rights. So I was handcuffed, my property was seized, and they threatened me with arrest. Not only do the police not know about our laws and rights, they don't care. I'm in the process of gathering body camera footage and evidence. It will be published publicly, and there will be a lawsuit. We must have accountability against tyrannical behavior. This is 2025 in the United States of America, but every day it feels more and more like 1944 Germany. You're either going to do what we tell you, or we're going to arrest you and take you away. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Temp, City Council members, and fellow citizens. Before I get started, Fred, I can't see you, but thank you for your service. Thank you for that comment as well. My name is Cesar Roldan. I am a local resident, a business owner, and a lifetime entrepreneur here in San Bernardino and throughout the Inland Empire. As you guys know, or should know, August 20th, 2025, Lawn Starter released a national report naming San Bernardino the dirtiest city in America. While reports like this can feel discouraging, I believe that they also create an opportunity for us to unite and change the narrative. I got some of the answers that I came here seeking with Sister Melissa over here, so I make sure to connect with her. But I still want to bring awareness to this and see how we can be a part of this. But as a member of the Rock Church with the kingdom mindset, our mission is not only to help clean and restore the hearts of people, but also to see our city physically restored, safe, clean, and welcoming to residents, visitors, and businesses alike. A clean San Bernardino is not just about pride, it's about attracting tourism, creating a healthier environment, and fostering community safety. Today, I would like to propose a collaborative initiative, a San Bernardino Cleanup Day, where local businesses, churches, concerned citizens, and businesses alongside with government come together. Here's how I see it working. We already have commitment from business owners. I have here Rafael Zaragoza and Michael Crenshaw, who are local business owners who have already dedicated not only their trucks, but also their trailers to be able to do this. We already have commitment from business owners to provide dump trailers. Volunteers will collect trash, lead the trailers to the trailers, and then those trailers will run to the dump site and then return. We have a strong network of volunteers, not only from local churches, but also concerned citizens, business owners, and all alike. The cleanup will begin in downtown San Bernardino, expanding outwards in a growing radius, or along key corridors such as Highland Avenue, Baseline, 9th Street, and 5th Street. We understand that the city has already launched beautification efforts, so we're not trying to replace those, but we want to partner up with you guys to accelerate them and multiply the impact. So my question is, what are the next steps? Who do we need to connect with and align those resources and volunteers to be able to go along with the city efforts to be able to have a collaborative effort and make this a reality? We're ready, willing, and able to contribute. And before my time runs out, one of the things that we are concerned about is that we start doing this on our own, that there will be repercussions from the city or even safety concerns with homelessness and things like that out there. So we want to collaborate with you guys to be able to make this actually happen in our city, and we will be collaborating with Melissa and B out there on the 18th as well. So I would like to know what will be the next steps, who do we connect with so that we can make a greater impact.
Can we please have staff reach out to the speaker to make sure that we coordinate with them, make sure that everything's in order.
Thank you guys, and God bless.
Thank you. Good evening.
I'd like to know who Eric Levitt is. I got a bill here from the city, San Bernardino Police Department, because I have an alarm on my house. You want me to pay $30 a year. What is that covering, and what is it for? Because I had my alarm system in my house for over 6 years, and now I get a bill. I'm not going to pay it, but I want my alarm system on my house. I left one of my bills up there with the lady. She's going to be giving it to you. So, and she also has my phone number. Please give me a call and let me know what this is about and what we can do about it. if I understand right, you guys are having Route 66 again. Is that correct? Now, years ago, you guys had Route 66, but you guys ended up paving the roads, redoing the streets and everything, just for Route 66, when there's other streets, major streets, that needs to be done. Now, Figueroa here, years ago, I fronted him. Then all of a sudden, here it is, election time, he comes and gets part of our street done when I've been asking for years to go from the bridge of the freeway here all the way down to Pepper Avenue to get the Rialto Avenue done. Where do they do it? North of Rancho down to the stop sign. That's all they did. So when are you going to get the rest of the street done? Because I noticed other streets around here are getting done. It don't even need it. When these streets are majorly done, need to be done. So here we are again. I've been complaining for the last 3 mayors about this, and nothing gets done. But when re-election comes, it gets done. So where's the money going if you ain't getting the streets done? Why can't we get a street done completely from point A to point B? Why does it have to be only a part here, and then all of a sudden you guys go over here in front of the City Hall here years ago and tear up the whole street and redone your little circle and everything, but you can't go down Rialto Avenue and redo it properly because you guys did not do that little part properly. You didn't tear up the street. You came in and kind of leveled it and stuff, but you didn't do it like you did in front of the mayor's office. You guys went down to the dirt, pulled everything out, repaved it and everything. But you guys can't do Rialto Avenue that way because why? Don't need to, don't want to. And I will be after this, after Figueroa.
Next speaker, please.
My name is Hector Luera. Hello, fellow neighbors of San Bernardino. I'm here to spread good energy to you all. We are blessed with life again today. How powerful that is. You have the opportunity to create so much possibilities in life today. I would like to welcome each and every one of you to make life great and do what you can to make life better for everyone else. Start to care for one another. We shouldn't be so judgmental towards each other because we are not perfect ourselves. We all have a lot of work to do. Life is like the trees and flowers. It takes time to bloom. We must feed it the right food and nutrients, the life we have, and our societies. I want to come to get today, like I said, to bring good energy to you all and have a good mindset. I know we have a lot to do, so we should work towards it. We should give ourselves a mindset of leadership so that we ourselves could do good for the world. A great leader once said, "Don't ask what America could do for you. Ask what we could do together for the freedom of mankind. What can we do so that we can live a better life, a better future for all of the generations to come, for our very own generation?" Thank you all for listening.
Thank you. Next speaker, hi. Good evening.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniela Ramos, and I'm here as a volunteer with the Inland Empire Immigrant Youth Collective, also known as IEIYC. We're a grassroots, youth-led organization that advocates for immigrant rights at local, state, and federal level. I'm here tonight because immigrant youth and their family in San Bernardino continue to face fears and barriers that harm their ability to thrive.
For example, students and parents have reported seeing ICE near schools and public areas, which creates fear that keeps families from sending their children to school and accessing city resources. According to census data, 21 to 22% of San Bernardino County residents are foreign-born. And an estimate shows that about 127,000 people here are undocumented. These numbers don't even capture the full reality. Many children in mixed-status family, where members are undocumented and others are not, live in fear of separation daily. Immigrant youth often go undercounted, which hides just how widespread these challenges really are. When ICE presence goes unaddressed or when resources for undocumented youth are lacking, it sends the message that the residents do not belong. This is not only harmful for immigrant families, but the entire community. I'm asking the City of San Bernardino to take these steps. Adopt clear sanctuary and safety protocols that limit collaboration with ICE, especially around schools, libraries, hospitals, and other public services. Create a safe and welcoming community for all residents by passing policies that affirm immigrants' families' place in San Bernardino. Investing in resources and youth programming that specifically support undocumented students and their families, such as legal aid clinics, after-school programs, and culturally competent mental health services. San Bernardino should be a city where every person feels safe, valued, and supported, regardless of immigration status. I urge you to take action to protect immigrant youth and their families. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hi, good evening.
Good evening, council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. My name is Hector Ruiz Romo, and I'm the founder of Red Line Rescue. Through this nonprofit, I save dogs scheduled for euthanasia. Dogs killed not for illness or aggression, but simply for the lack of space. I also represent citizens who care deeply about animal welfare in San Bernardino. Our shelter is in crisis. In recent weeks, dogs have even been found dead in kennels. Every day, lives are lost because the system is broken. Rescues are expected to claim dogs by 2 p.m. and remove them the same day, a deadline that makes saving lives nearly impossible when dozens are listed at once. Dogs are released without rabies shots, blocking most boarding facilities and forcing rescues to cover emergency vaccinations. They are also released unaltered, leaving rescues with costly surgeries that limit how many animals can be saved. Inside the shelter, multiple unaltered males are housed and fed together, leading to fights. Dogs caught up in these situations and then labeled aggressive and killed. Terrified dogs, too scared to approach staff, are labeled behavioral and euthanized. Others are killed simply for exposure to distemper-positive dogs, even when vaccinated and never tested. The distemper outbreak has gone on for more than 6 months, now joined by reports of another bacterial infection. The response has been mass euthanasia instead of prevention or treatment. Rescues also face false claims of no interest in cases like Grape. Rescues and adopters were actively arranging transport while the dog was killed and labeled unwanted. This happens repeatedly. At the root of this failure to enforce spay-neuter laws and to hold backyard breeders accountable. Without prevention, shelters will never stop overflowing. Meanwhile, the county accepts grant money from UC Davis, Courage Shelter, Medicine, and the ASPCA for shelter improvement, yet conditions remain dire and the animals see little benefit. I urge the council to act, enforce spay and neuter laws with funding for low-cost clinics, penalize backyard breeders who fuel overpopulation, demand transparency for shelter funding and operations, support rescues with realistic policies, proper vaccination at release, and medical care that prevents killing. San Bernardino can lead with compassion. Killing is not the solution. These animals deserve better. Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you.
I hope you paid attention to what he was saying. And on that note, as a matter of perspective, 25 years ago, I volunteered at the Orange County Animal Shelter for 4 or 5 years. At that time, it was not the Taj Mahal they have now. It was in the city of Orange by the block. There were about 300 kennels. 100 were always left empty in case there was a massive seizure, like from a cockfight or something. The other 200 kennels were always occupied, but I will tell you that in the 4 and 5 years that I was there, never, ever ever did I see more than one dog in a kennel. Never, ever, ever. And with regard to dogs fighting over food, food is the #1 cause of dog fights. I never, ever, ever feed 2 dogs within proximity of each other, and generally do so in crates. So I have to comment on that note. So today I want to share with you a success story of our symbiotic relationship with the Paw Mission, who set up their mobile van on our premises, city premises at Chandler, for a minimum of 2 years. They have successfully created programs for low-cost spay-neuter. They now have a storefront at a shopping center in Fontana, and they offer low-cost spay-neuter at very great prices. They have a calendar of where they go. They have 2 full-time vets. They have 7 to 8 relief vets. They continue to use their mobile vet clinic. And I say to myself, how did they become so successful, and how is it that we have remained a complete failure? When we were gifted the mobile vehicle, we were gifted $300,000, we were gifted $200,000 for operating expenses, and we are stuck in the mud. And yet our symbiotic partner is achieving the dream that we were supposed to accomplish. How could we have failed so miserably? Well, for one thing, the metrics, in all fairness to you, the metrics have not been provided to you as they should have been. And it all comes back to this metrics in animal shelters. And here's what's happened for the last couple of years. 1 page was taken out of this book, 1 page, and you were provided with the numbers that best suited success, live animals. Well, when you have 25% of your animals coming in dead, that doesn't help. And then we figuratively screwed the pooch by sticking all these rescue groups with animals, and now they're going bankrupt.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. My name is Terry Boykins, Executive Director of Project Finding Chance. This has been a humbling 10 years, and as my tenure starts to come to a close at Project Finding Chance, we've had the opportunity to get a lot done. We continue to make a lot of national news, and it's exciting. And I wanted to bring to your attention some of the calls we've gotten from around the country, which basically gives credit to Sergeant Christopher Gray of the San Bernardino Police Department. If you have not seen the video of San Bernardino Police Department working with youth in the community at Project Fighting Chance, I'm going to encourage you to do that. And I'm going to give you some of the cards that will take you to that website, and I will encourage all my fellow residents of San Bernardino to go to projectfindingchance.org. Watch the video that is really capturing a lot of attention about what's happening with regards to young people, how they feel about law enforcement, how they feel about their community, how they feel about their parks and recreation. It's pretty amazing to hear from other people in other cities around the United States about what they're saying about San Bernardino, which is very, very interesting. I also wanted to share, we have our Jabathon event that's coming up, our 10th annual, which is very exciting. Our goal is to have about 500 young people that have dealt with childhood trauma, bullying, abuse, stress, grief, to come in and work with our coaches on that day for 12 hours. And they get a chance to get a nice workout, get a chance to understand what we do at Project Fighting Chance, what we do to basically create champions. And I encourage you all, invite you all down for November 22nd to come in and just top in. I know Councilmember Sanchez has been at Jabathon a number of years. Yeah, we get a chance to work it out. But the other thing too, I wanted to send a thank you. The residents over on the west side in Nunez Park, Ruben Campos Community Center, have experienced something that's been very exciting lately, and that's the repaving of the asphalt in the walk area. I know the parking lot will be repaved. There's a pride that is occurring with the residents on the west side as it relates to Nunez Park. and we're excited. And we also are excited about being able to do some things, maybe the makeover on that, that particular building as we get ready for more national attention. The cameras are going to be coming out about what's going on with young people in the community. But I want to encourage everyone, check out the video that Sergeant Christopher Gray made for San Bernardino Police Department. It will inspire you. It will give you confidence in terms of what's going on in our city. And I can guarantee you it will make you very proud of the youth that are growing up in this city to make a difference and to basically take over leadership at some point in time. So I want to share these with you. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for the great work you do in the community as well. Thank you. Next speaker, please. Good evening.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Lenfesti. I'm a volunteer with the San Bernardino City Shelter. I am also work closely with rescues in the area, and I just have some points I'd like to bring up. In regards to accountability and training with the staff, paperwork errors such as mislabeling the sex of a dog or overlooking a microchip before euthanasia have serious consequences. Clear accountability and ongoing staff training are essential to prevent mistakes that cost lives. When kennel staff have downtime, their time should be shared between the main shelter and the satellite center, ensuring animals get more exercise and attention. In addition, we volunteers would like the opportunity to help by bringing dogs over to the satellite center so that they can get exercise and relieve kennel stress. This would not only benefit the dogs, but also make things easier on staff, since dogs that are less stressed are easier to handle and adopt out. For rescues, delays in pulling animals often happen simply because there's a delay at the gate because there's not enough kennel staff to help assist with the rescue pull. We either need more staff or a better system to run more efficiently. Neonatal care is also an issue. When newborn kittens are surrendered, it's critical that staff ensure they've been bottle fed and kept warm immediately. Some staff know this, but others don't, and kittens' life depends on feedings every 2 to 3 hours. Proper training and oversight are essential. An operational manager could help oversee kennel staff responsibilities. One of our longtime volunteers, who is respected by staff and rescues alike, has even offered to serve in this role. Also, the new shelter layout can be confusing. Clear signage directing visitors to kennels, adoption offices, and information desks would improve public access. I also have TV display screens currently set up in local businesses that highlight adoptable pets with photos, names, and a short description. I have already received a screen free of charge from the public and have committed to updating it myself each week. Unfortunately, a shelter manager has declined this offer. I believe displaying the adoptable animals inside the shelter would be a simple, no-cost way to encourage adoptions while people are waiting in line. I also recommend revamping the screening process when people adopt. Too often, animals are returned to the streets, later becoming pregnant or injured, and then end up back at the shelter. With stronger screening, we can prevent animals from landing in the wrong hands and reduce repeat intakes. Rescues often struggle to get timely responses to emails. Our rescue coordinator is overwhelmed. Having someone filter urgent rescue requests would prevent delays in life-saving decisions. At the same time, rescues are exhausted by the daily deadline lists. The shelter is overwhelmed, but so are the rescues, who work tirelessly to save animals every single day. For that reason, I strongly recommend regular roundtable meetings between rescues and the shelter director. This would provide a collaborative space to exchange ideas.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Good evening. My name is Todd Warden. I'm your General Field Representative for the South Coast AQMD. It's a great day in San Bernardino. I would be remiss not to say that across the street from the chamber when I see the EV charging item on the agenda, which is not what I'm talking about. But it is a great day in San Bernardino because I'm here today to talk about $417 million the Air District has for bigger EV chargers that are on your agenda for heavy-duty semi-trucks, changing out electric semi-trucks from diesel, and also helping with electric cargo moving equipment, and even an electric switcher locomotive project. Saw Councilmember Flores at Omnitrans board this morning, and there's a EV truck and bus builder in Fontana that was there, and they had vehicles that they're building here in the Inland Empire that are zero emission, and that applies to those. Invest Clean is the program. I've sent the flyers to your city manager. Mr. Kraus, and I'll send it to the council address as well through the clerk. That said, San Bernardino also has Watt EV. If you haven't been there and want folks to go swing by it, at San Bernardino Orange Show and the 215 freeway on E Street. We also have Green Lane that just came in and opened on the south side of the San Bernardino Auto Mall on the Colton side of Fairway. And we also have EV Realty that Mr. Levitt mentioned earlier, just broke ground this month on Mill Street, that the Air District also helped fund. San Bernardino Valley College is teaching the hydrogen, the electric, and the CNG semi-trucks. I'll be at Coffee Klatch tomorrow with the San Bernardino Chamber with the flyers if you have any businesses that want to talk, or we'll also go out to them. We also have folks that will be at Route 66, including me, and we'll talk to folks that work in the industry at Route 66 with a zero-emission demo car that is also related to Fairview Ford. AQMD not only will help you switch out those diesel semi-trucks, but will help you switch out your vehicle at Fairview Ford with our Replace Your Ride program and help folks get into an electric charger as well at the residences. The other is that this is good for the air, it's good for the city, and it's good for the health of the community, and it's good jobs. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, are there any other speakers?
No, there are no more speakers, and we have received written comments which have been distributed to the mayor and members of the city council for their review. These comments can also be found on our website attached to the agenda packet.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and move on to the consent calendar for items 2 through 7. Mr. City Manager, are there any items that need to be pulled at this time?
I have none, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay, then I'll just go down the line here to see if any other council members have any items or if they wish to pull any items from the consent. Councilmember Ibarra?
None.
Councilmember Canas?
None.
None. Councilmember Sanchez?
No.
None. Councilmember Ortiz?
None.
None. Councilmember Flores?
No polls, but I will be abstaining on item number 6.
And Councilmember Charette?
No, and I'll move to whatever's left.
Okay. And I have none either. Awesome.
I'll second.
Third.
Okay. We have a motion and a second with the acknowledgement that Councilmember Flores will be abstaining from item number 6.
I'm sorry, who was the second? A motion and a second.
I'll second, but just, aren't you supposed to state the conflict? Councilmember Flores? Just so that we can make sure we don't jeopardize this vote.
Yes, abstaining on item number 6 and just living in close, within a 500 feet radius of the project site.
All right, Madam City Clerk, if you can please take call for the question.
I'll do a voice vote. It looks like Councilmember Ortiz yours is not working. Okay. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes.
Councilmember Ibarra?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Councilmember Charette? Yes. Councilmember Canas?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, so we will be moving on to items to be considered for future meetings. Item number 8, this is the discussion and possible action regarding an ordinance establishing penalties up to and including suspension or revocation of business licenses for hotels and motels that knowingly rent or provide rooms for prostitution, drug sales, drug manufacturing, or other illegal activities.
Mayor Pro Tem Figueroa, I will preempt your second, or I will second your motion.
Okay. And I know we're not allowed to comment on this, but I just, well, okay. I don't
make
want
a comment,
this
as
to
long as
be
it's pithy. Go.
restrictive. I want this to be a very open conversation among council members when it does come forward. And there's a reason why I'm bringing this forward, and I'll probably make a comment about it during my my council updates as well.
Okay, so there was a motion by Mayor Pro Tem?
I think Fred and then
Okay.
Sanchez.
Okay. Councilmember Sanchez?
Yes.
Charette and Sanchez.
Councilmember Ibarra?
I should have said Charette.
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
Councilmember Charette? Yes. Councilmember Canas?
Yes.
Councilmember Flores?
Yes.
Councilmember Ortiz?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, council members. And Fred, I'm sorry for calling you Fred. I should have said Councilmember Charette. My apologies. I said Fred. Okay. All right. So what's next? Oh, council announcements. Yeah, there's nothing else, right? So we will go ahead and move over to council announcements. I'll start down there at the end with Councilmember Ibarra.
Thank you, Councilmember or Mayor Pro Tem Figueroa. I do want to make a statement on some comments made about my colleague, Kim Canals from the 5th Ward. There's nothing more appreciative than having a council member contact me for projects within my ward. She has continuously done that on my end, and I would appreciate the same with other colleagues, that if there's an issue that should be addressed in a specific ward, that they go directly to that council member and bring it to their attention, which Kim has done on multiple occasions on my end. And I want to say thank you, Kim. That's more than what former council members have done before with doing deals with groups and agencies without my knowledge, especially without knowing the issues that are being addressed in those neighborhoods that are being affected. So thank you, Kim, for communicating with me. Any ideas that you have or concerns that people bring to your attention, you let me know. So if anything, Kim does communicate. It's a two-way road. If I'm being told something that happens in her ward, I'd like to go and tell her, and the vice versa. Also, I know we had a constituent of mine come a couple meetings ago talking about a landlord evicting residents who are reporting them for substandard housing conditions. I want those residents to know that our city follows state law. There are protections for our renters in our city. If you feel you have been wronged by a landlord, if you're being evicted wrongfully, please contact Inland Fair Housing and Mediation Board. There is a phone number for them, which is 909-888-3763. So per state law, our residents are protected from wrongfully being evicted from where they live. The other issue, on our website, if you'd like to foster pets from our animal shelter, we do need foster parents. There is a foster program. You have to apply for it. And one of the biggest things that I love about this program is that you get to spotlight the pet you are fostering and show them on social media in hopes that they get adopted by a forever family. So definitely, I encourage any homeowner or resident who can and is willing to foster a pet for a couple of weeks, promote them on social media, please go for it. It doesn't hurt to help our pets get adopted out. This will definitely help improve the conditions of our animal shelter overpopulation and the euthanized numbers that we have been made aware of. And with that said, I pass my mic to the next person.
Thank you, Councilmember. Thank you for your passion with the animal shelter as well. Councilmember Canas.
Well, first, I would like to say thank you to my fellow colleague. It is a pleasure to work side by some amazing individuals. I do believe in unity, and I believe that it's going to take a team to truly change the trajectory of our city. I always say this at all of my meetings, it's not an I thing, it is definitely a we thing. And we are one team, and that team is Team San Bernardino. Just as she said, as far as items that are very prevalent and cause sometimes not the best ramifications in our communities and our neighborhoods. I want to applaud my 5th Ward Planning Commissioner, Ronika Tigalande. There was a comment that was made that was false. In addition, I don't know how a public individual would be privy to an email that was sent to our city manager. That's a bit questionable, but I want to say that I applaud her for her due diligence, that she did as a planning commissioner, for taking the time to research businesses that want to come and set up in the city of San Bernardino, for ensuring that that business is in fact, one, who they actually represent themselves to be, and two, to make sure that it's actually conducive to the progress of the city of San Bernardino. That should never be scrutinized. We should actually encourage all commissioners across all commissions that when they sit up there, they make decisions not on behalf of an elected official. They make decisions on behalf of the city of San Bernardino. So again, I thank her and I applaud her. And I want to refer back again to the July 8th, 2025 Planning Commission meeting. In addition to that, the June 2025 Planning Commission, because all the statements that she made were based off of information that was publicly stated in Planning Commission meetings. Right there, anyone could hear it. It's accessible. It's unfortunate for some reason it was taken down from our city website. I've worked with our city manager's office to have those put back up on 2 different occasions, but to my knowledge, as of today, they are still up, and any individual, again, would be able to access those meetings, hear them for themselves, and hear the information just as she did, and make the judgments, as anyone should, to ensure that, again, the business is coming to our city. We have to raise the bar. San Bernardino's bar has been set so low for so long. I appreciate any and every person, whether they are sitting at the dais, whether they're sitting on a commission, or they're just a community member, just as many sat there at this podium advocating for us to rise, to do better, to improve. We all deserve a better quality of life in the city of San Bernardino, and I will continue to appreciate anyone that advocates for that, and I myself will continue to do the same. I also want to add a very big thank you to all the individuals that came out to my meeting last night for the 5th Ward community meeting. It was an excellent turnout, very packed room. I give a special thank you to SBCTA, who came and gave a presentation regarding the university project. It's been a little bit of a point of contention in that area, but they were able to answer a lot of questions. It's a project that is going to show a lot of improvement in regards to the university traffic. I also want to give a special thank you to our city manager, Eric Levette, for joining us, and my council colleagues, Mayor Pro Tem Juan Figueroa and Mario Flores, that came out to join us and hear from the residents. We had some really fruitful discussion, and that's what I'm about and what I've always been about. My meetings with community didn't just start when I sat here at the dais. I've always had an open ear, and I've always had a willingness to be part of the change here in the city of San Bernardino. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Great job on the meeting. It was standing room only. Councilmember Sanchez.
Well said, Councilmember Canas. I just have one announcement, and that is that the Neighborhood Association Council is having their 2nd annual pickleball tournament, and that's going to be Saturday, October 11th, and Councilmember Figueroa, Mayor Pro Tem Figueroa, and myself will be defending that title. I think by the end of it, they were calling us lightning and thunder. We're incredibly athletic, first of all, and we just showed up, learned the rules that morning, and then just dominated the tournament. So they were hoping we wouldn't sign up again, but we are, and we'll defend our title. So come out, sign up first of all, so you can contribute to the coffers of this beautiful organization that many of us have served on in the past. It's $30, I think, per person, and you can either go on to the Neighborhood Association Council website. They have a link there, and they have a QR code if you just Google the San Bernardino 2nd Annual Pickleball Tournament. The last thing, and I should have brought this up at the beginning, it's being sponsored, a large part of it is being sponsored by Javier Tom of San Manuel. They're a great partner. They know the value that the Neighborhood Association brings to the city of San Bernardino, and so they are proud to sponsor this again, and they always put on a world-class event, so it's going to be a lot of fun. So even if you're not playing in the tournament, come out and watch. It'll be, you'll get to see history again.
Thank you, Councilmember, and as I remember it, I pretty much carried the team, so. Councilmember Ortiz.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. So Tuesday, the 23rd, I attended the grand opening of the Arrowhead United Way Veterans Chamber. That's amazing. Everything that Dr. Gwen Rogers and her team does, just the dedication has been phenomenal, especially the investment into the veterans. They also have their yearly fundraiser coming up. October 18th is going to be a very busy day in the city of San Bernardino. So I'll be posting their flyer if you would like to go to their Motown night. I attended a town hall, senior town hall with Congressman Pete Aguilar. He hosted over at Acoma Unity Center on the west side for an open discussion with seniors on healthcare concerns and all the things going on federal, so I really appreciated that invitation. And then there was the last ribbon cutting for the Persian Street mural project for the Love Your Block grant, which just has been an amazing opportunity just to beautify the community. It's great to pick up trash, but it's also another thing to make sure that we are investing. And from that, I was able to attend a beautiful, as we look towards the celebration of Route 66, that Barstow Route 66 Mural Committee launched a beautiful ribbon cutting to celebrate the Marine Corps out of Barstow. And so I want to give a huge shout out to Tex Williams, council member of the city of Barstow, probably a kindred spirit in the level of butt kicking that he does up there. And so I'm just renewed. It's great to see people willing to stand up against the complacency, the corruption, and just the status quo. And so I know I'm not alone, and that was a great place to be. So I really, really do appreciate him for his hospitality and being a part of that mural cutting. So relationships are everything across not only the Inland Empire, but Southern California. And then I think that is all I have, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, and great job on your regional outreach as well. Thank you. Councilmember Flores.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. This week I was able to attend the celebration of Filderheim's 40th year anniversary. Great turnout, great things coming. Super excited for that. Last Tuesday, I was able to attend the grand opening for Arrowhead United Way, their veterans center that they're opening. Also later that day, I attended the Assemblymember Ramos's Native American Day press conference, and the following day on Wednesday, I was able to visit Cal State San Bernardino, where Assemblymember Ramos was doing some bird songs for elementary school students all across the city of San Bernardino, but also adding an educational component to it, like opening the eyes to the students and giving them the perspective of like these people were the first people here in the city of San Bernardino, like the first in the land. So I always admire him and the work that he does, never forgets his culture. And I think that's lastly, and today I attended the Dollars for Dogs event over at the Mexico Cafe. So, and if you haven't attended yet, there's still some time. You still got up until 9 o'clock to go out and support our canines. So, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. I'll be there later tonight. And thank you. You know what? Every time I look on social media, you're in every picture. You're everywhere. So thank you for being supportive of the city and all the other things that you do as well. Councilmember Charette.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I want to start off by saying I echo a lot of things that have been said here tonight. I think the public has not seen this council work very well together over the last 2 or 3 years, and I do believe that that is changing. I hope that it's being seen from the public. I can assure you, the majority of the council is working well together with the intention of making this city great again, making it what it used to be, bringing it back to the all-American city. We have a new city manager that is showing great, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say progress, I just want to say I'm very thrilled with what I see so far with Eric Levitt and with the team here that is really working to make changes from what we've seen over the last 2 or 3 years. I personally have made a real effort, and I know a number of my colleagues have as well, since January, since the election of the new council members that we have on this team to really work and make a difference here at the dais and internally and really be working for the good of this city. So I've said this before and had been proven wrong, but I really believe, I feel very optimistic now that with some time and effort and working together, nothing happens overnight, but we are building a team and building the right team to turn this city around and bring it back to what it really once was. So I want to thank my colleagues. Theodore, I want to thank you personally for the shout outs you gave me tonight. I appreciate that. I appreciate you defending me and my past. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. As far as what I've been doing over the last couple of weeks, the biggest thing that I did, along with some of my colleagues and others from around the county, I was able to attend a trip up to our Delta up in Sacramento and look at the state water project and learn a lot about that. I wish I had time to share it all with you. I can just tell you that water is extremely precious, and the state, all of our water comes from the north and comes from the Delta, and we're raising money up there, taxpayer money, to build reservoirs, and we sit on a aquifer called the Bunker Hill Basin. It's the size of, and I've found out that it's actually larger than Lake Shasta. But even though it sits under the city of San Bernardino, it is not ours. And we still, even though we've got an abundance of water that we sit on, we still have to be very, very conservative with it and work to conserve our water resources wherever we can. So the state and Valley Muni Water District, they're working very hard to get that water from the north down to the south so that we'll continue to have a supply of water. They're building reservoirs to hold it so that we'll have it when we need it. So very, very interesting, and I really appreciated being able to go, and I thank Valley Muni for putting that on and me having the privilege to be there. The other thing I wanted to mention, it's already been mentioned, Dollar for Dogs is still going on tonight at Midla's Cafe until 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, Midla's. Well, give a shout out for Midla's. Their breakfast and their lunch is wonderful.
Mexico Cafe.
But as far as Dollar for Dogs, it's at Mexico Cafe tonight up on Highland Avenue, and they'll be there till 9 o'clock, and it's a worthy cause, and anyone that hasn't had dinner or needs to go and have a margarita, please go up there and support that. And then I also was here last night for the anniversary of our wonderful library here, and it was well attended. There were a lot of people that went from 4 to 7. I was here for about an hour and saw a lot of public and a lot of people here supporting our library. So we want to all continue to do that. And again, I thank you all, and I thank my colleagues.
Thank you, Councilmember, and thank you for defending our country, our republic. Thank you for your service and sacrifices as well. Thank you. Councilmember Ibarra, I believe you had a follow-up.
Yes, I could not forget. So we're still celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month. I just became aware that Barbie has created a Barbie of the first Hispanic woman in space in 1993, Helen Ochoa. She's a scientist, an engineer, and a former astronaut. She has a bachelor's degree and a doctorate in electrical engineering from Stanford University. She was a former director of the Johnson Space Center, and I would be remiss if I didn't put that out in the public. It's something that made me so proud to read about this past week, and I wanted to share it to the public. To have a woman of that caliber represent the Hispanics just warms my heart. There's a lot of potential for a lot of young ladies to follow their dreams. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise. We've gone through a lot, civil rights movements, women's rights, you name it. The sky is the limit, as Helen Ochoa can show us. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. I'll repeat some of the items. I'll be brief with them, though, as well. I did have the opportunity to attend the EV Realty truck charging groundbreaking with the 76 charging stations. It's going to be a great opportunity for the Inland Empire as well as we move forward. I know that they're under a strict timeline regarding some of their federal funds, so it's certainly important for us to keep on top of that one as well. In regards to the item that I had requested for a future meeting, I won't go into the details as far as what I hope we do with it moving forward, but of course I encourage an open dialogue amongst my colleagues. But the reason, the inspiration behind it was I attended the Rancho West Neighborhood Association where I had an opportunity to provide updates, but there was a guest speaker there by the name of Kendra Mendoza who is worked very closely with victims of human trafficking. And even after that, we had an opportunity to speak a little bit more in depth, just to try to find out, to see what it is that we can do as a city to try to help some of these individuals. She works with a lot of victims who are forced into prostitution and other similar type of areas as well. And of course, some of the things at the state level is a little out of our hands, but I asked, what can we do? How can we work together as far as, helping some of these victims? And one of the things that we were able to come up was exactly what I had proposed in the agenda. And so I just thank my colleagues here for supporting that. It was the inspiration behind that was my conversation with her, who works very closely with victims of human trafficking. And so I hope as we move forward, we can have a much more open conversation with that. I don't want to be restrictive to just what was on there, but I welcome all conversations from all my colleagues as well regarding that one. This last Saturday, had the opportunity to attend the Starlight Cinema movie in the park over at Colony Park. And so I just want to say a great big thank you to our parks. Vanessa, thank you so much. The staff, all the vendors. You put together such a great event there. It was beautiful. It was great. It had rained the night before. It was great. It was a little windy, but then it just calmed down a little bit. It was a great evening. I know that the Inland Empire Children's Book Project was there in attendance as well, collecting books, and they did a really great job. Councilmember Canas, I think you dropped off like the most. And so I appreciate everybody who dropped off and attended that gathering there as well. I did have, again, as Councilmember Canas mentioned, I attended the Fifth Ward community meeting. You did a great job there with SBCTA. Like I said, it was standing room only. It was a packed house, so great job there. The Dollars for Dogs, again, tonight up until 9 o'clock. I'm going to try to get over there as soon as possible here. And then Coptoberfest, again, will be October 9th from 4 p.m. to 7:30. The Route 66 car show, October 11th, and then that same morning, the pickleball tournament that Councilmember Sanchez alluded to earlier as well. Like he said, we will be there defending the title. And hopefully we'll be champions again. So, and that's pretty much my updates, unless any other council members. Oh, of course, and the state of the city. How could we forget? If you haven't, I'm not sure if there's any tickets left, but I would encourage you to go online to the city's website. It'll be October 14th, approximately 5 p.m. to start, 4:35 p.m. Please come out. I think it'll be a great event there as well. And so to staff, Mr. City Manager, or City Attorney, City Clerk, thank you for being here. To all our staff, thank you, all of you, for being here and all the work that you do. It's greatly appreciated. It's profoundly appreciated. Thank you so much. And to everybody, all the residents who are here, all the stakeholders, and those who are watching from home or from their phone or wherever else, thank you so much for doing so and being so invested in our community for the betterment of our city. I know we may have differences of opinions, but I think ultimately we all want what's best for our city. And so thank you for your passion and for being here and sharing your thoughts with us as well. The next joint special meeting of the Mayor and City Council, and Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the redevelopment agency, and the Mayor and City Council acting as the San Bernardino City Housing Authority, and Mayor and City Council, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I have to get this a little closer now. and the mayor and city council of the city of San Bernardino, acting as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority, will adjourn to the special meeting, State of the City, to be held on October 14th, 2025 at the California Theater of the Performing Arts, located at 562 West 4th Street, San Bernardino, California, 92401. Open session will begin at 4:30 p.m. That's it. I adjourned this meeting. Thank you all for being here this evening. Thank you so much.